So I'm up today in the mountains. I got my full pack on. Just doing a day hike today, but I always like to, if I can, carry my whole pack just to get used to carrying it. I do have, I sent my Husqvarna axe that came apart back to the dealership, and they quickly resolved the issue and sent me a new one. And I have it on the pack, so we're going to be trying it out today. I also had some comments about making a bucksaw. So I made one this week and I got it with me, and we'll try them both out here in a little bit, see how they do, see how the new Husqvarna holds up, and we'll see how using a bucksaw. I personally, I've played with them before a little bit, and I'm not really a fan of them, but I thought I would put one together anyways. I have done the whole thing where you take a blade in and make a handle out in the field, and that worked, but it was really difficult to use. It wasn't very sturdy, and I just didn't really care for it. So if I was to use a bucksaw, I would just prefer to go ahead and carry a good handle in with me. But anyhow, it's just hiking along now. I've got my neighbor Don with me, and we're just going to enjoy the day. So hopefully you will enjoy it with us. So here's one thing we're seeing a lot of on this trail. There's a lot of elk sign on the trail. It looks like they've been in here within the last week or so. So it'd be kind of cool if we were to run across them, but I don't know if we will or not. But there's definitely a lot of sign of a mound here. So here's another interesting sign. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but here's a big old clump of elk hair, out of their butt. It looks like it was probably out of one of the elk's butts. It's definitely was cut off the elk. I don't know if another elk bit at it, or they pulled at it with their own teeth, or what, or maybe even was attacked by a predator or something, maybe. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but there's a couple of good chunks here of elk hair. So anyways, we found a little spot here. We're going to hang out for a little bit, have some lunch. I brought some venison up with me from my November hunt, and we're going to make a little fire and eat some of that. I'm also going to take the axe out and the bucksaw, and we'll play with it a little bit around here. There's plenty of standing dead timber and timber down on the ground that we can kind of put it through its paces and see how it does. Alright guys, so like I said, I did bring a bucksaw too that I made. I also made this little case to put it in. So we'll put it together, and we'll use it to buck this log up into some smaller pieces. Alright guys, so this is one of the reasons why I don't really care for this type of saw exactly. It works pretty good if you're cutting through a fairly decent round where it's, you're 6 to 8 inches in diameter. But if you need to, like this tree here, that's got a ton of branches on it, getting into those branches and trying to cut them is rather difficult because the saw keeps hanging up on all the other branches. That's where the axe, or using a smaller folding saw like the Bucksaw Lamplander, would be better. guys, so I've got a chance to use the new axe a little bit. So far so good, no slipping whatsoever. You saw I cut through a pretty good sized log that was about 10 inches. I also cut down that one little tree it was standing that I used to buck up with the Bucksaw, but unfortunately I thought I had the camera set up and I forgot to hit record again. And split some wood with it. You saw I did some shavings. That's the way it came. I haven't touched this axe. I haven't touched it with a sharpening stone or anything, so it came that sharp, able to do those fine feathers. So yeah, all in all, I'm pretty impressed. I think it's I'll have to use it a little bit more, and I'll continue to update you guys in other videos on how the axe is working. But at this point, I'm pretty pleased, and I just have to say that last axe was just you know, just a fluke. I would like to thank a couple people though. I'd like to thank Busycando. I emailed him with some questions about the axe and he responded and helped me out a little bit. And I also want to thank Cody from the Wranglerstar channel. I emailed him with my problems and he sent me his phone number and talked to me at length about the axe, and I really super appreciate that. And so that was really nice of him. So I want to thank both of those guys for taking the time to answer some questions I had. So. Absolutely beautiful weather, no wind, nobody else around. I don't know why we do this. Hold on. Well, I tell you guys, this venison tastes really good cooked over the fire. Well, anyways, we're back. We're done with our hike. We just got back to the truck. It was a good hike. We had a lot of fun. The venison tasted great. It was fun just to sit around the fire and have a cup of coffee. The hike was a little rough in places. It's snow is really melting and it's really warmed up. The ground's really got soft and it's you know, really muddy in some spots and wet. So pretty much most of the time we were walking in 2 to 3 inches of mud. But it was a good time all in all, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video.